Knocks as Tinubu assigns El-Rufai Ayade to answer questions at Chatham House. Again, we've heard of the issue of Tinubu delegating all the questions they asked him to his entourage that went to Chatham House with him, rather than him answering the question because they were directed to him as incoming president to test his knowledge about Nigerian issue. Unfortunately, he redirected those questions to his people that went there with him and not being able to answer them. Now, knocks are coming from various quarters on that. We need to actually understand those knocks and how they are coming. The All Progressive Congress APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu has sparked mixed reactions after assigning members of his team to answer some of the questions he was asked at the Chatham House. After delivering his speech, Tinubu was questioned by the audience on issues regarding security, economic, and foreign policies. In response to questions, the APC flag bearer surprisingly picked former Lagos State Commissioner for Information Deledates, Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, and Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade to answer the questions. Wow. Tinubu's actions sparked mixed reaction from many Nigerians, while some of his supporters claim he is having teamwork and inclusiveness in his party. Others claimed it was wrong for Tinubu to delegate questions thrown at him to other members of the party. At Daniel Buala wrote, Chatham House show of shame. You want to be the president but avoid answering questions. Instead, you are redirecting the answers to El-Rufai, Alake, and co. Nigerians want to be governed by a person, not a robot, who cannot exercise independent thought in answering questions. Wow. So this is what Daniel Buala is saying, is blasting Tinubu for that. All right. Now you want to be president of Nigeria. They're asking you questions. You are redirecting those questions to other people. All right. Does it mean that you don't know them? All right. Nigerians don't want to be ruled by robots. We want somebody who can exercise independent thoughts and ideas, and who has control of his mind and understanding of the situation, so that he can make critical decisions. Actually, being a president is occupying a key position in the country, and you need to be very, very competent in terms of your mental state. Must be very stable. You must be very knowledgeable. You must show proficiency in your level of awareness and independence in decision making and understanding of what issues are. All right. So Daniel Buala is one of those people that have knocked Tinubu for redirecting questions asked him to members of his team. So while other people are saying, are knocking him for this, the APC members are saying that he's displaying delegation of roles. He's showing teamwork in his team. How kind of teamwork is that? All right. Everybody has a responsibility, and there should be clear line of sight for individual responsibilities. All right. And we should understand our boundaries. So these are things that borders on the knowledge of the incoming president on the issues bedeviling Nigeria. So these are the questions he needs to answer, because these are the issues he will face to resolve directly when he gets to power. All right. So there's not like teamwork there. He's supposed to know about them and he's supposed to answer those questions. All right. Now, Adamu Garuba wrote, my respect for Tinubu keep increasing day after day. Tinubu is the most preferred for the job of the presidency. He is articulating economic, security, and foreign policy from his heart. I am with Asiwaju any day, anytime. Nigeria cannot afford to miss this treasure in 2023. Look at what Adamu Garuba is saying in APC. All right. So this is the kind of person they're marketing, because by the time Tinubu enter, both Adamu Garuba and all of these Festus Keyamo, they will continue in that place and continue what they're doing for Buhari now. That will be entered as CV, and they will come to Tinubu to say, we did it for Buhari. For Buhari, we can do it for you. No problem. And they will be considered for the job under Tinubu if he comes to power. So what Adamu Garuba is saying is not correct. Nowhere many Nigerians should say this kind of thing. That you see somebody that is mentally incapacitated or for some reasons has degraded health issues, and you are saying is the best thing that happens to anybody after a slice of bread. Eh? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. The work of being a president is so hard that it does not need somebody that has a dwindling health condition. It needs somebody who is hale and hearty, who is mentally alert and strong, whose intelligence is still intact to handle, and not all this ruling by proxy. Because Buhari is, ruling Nigeria by proxy. He's not the person directly making decisions. He's not the person doing all the acting. He signs what he's asked to sign, and he sits down there, like a stooge, and you don't understand. And somebody is writing this. All right? Another person has wrote here, all right, Wuswal or so. He said, teamwork, the incoming president, God bless him, and God bless Nigeria. Can you imagine? This must be APC right up again. Another person is hailing him. So another person is writing again here, another knock coming, say, they asked Tinubu question, and he directed El-Rufai and Ayade to answer the question. He said he believes in teamwork, teamship. Imagine asking Peter Obi a question on national TV, and he directs KN0CKS to answer it. That's how ridiculous it sounded. Nigerians, open your eyes, and that is true. And that is true. That is true. It's good to delegate. We quite agree. In administration, there's room for delegation. But there's something you delegate. Whether there are other things that you must do by yourself. You don't delegate those ones. If you delegate those ones, it shows incompetency. That is the truth. So we should understand what we should delegate and what we should not delegate. Another person is writing here, he did the right thing. All obedience should show respect for elders. Can you imagine? Oh, wow. Then, somebody is writing, for every question directed to APC presidential candidate at the Chatham House, Deledates, El-Rufai, and Ben Ayade are the ones answering. He even asked Sanwo-Olu to answer a certain question. He said it was teamwork. What kind of teamwork is that? All right? Another person is writing here, Tinubu was asked a series of questions at Chatham House, and he directed it to Deledates, El-Rufai, and Ayade, a presidential candidate that cannot answer questions on how he will solve Nigerian problem. That is a big problem. That is a problem of his own. All right? That is a problem of his own. That is a big problem of his own. It is not a very good one. It's not a very good one. And he calls it teamwork. That is not teamwork. That is not teamwork. So somebody is writing here and say, Deledates, El-Rufai, and Ben Ayade had to borrow Tinubu their brains to answer questions at the Chatham House in London. National humiliation and shame to APC to have a brain-dead man as a presidential candidate. That is true. Just like when Buhari was coming, Jonathan's wife, Patient Jonathan, was shouting that Buhari was brain-dead. Buhari was brain-dead. And was shouting on the woman to keep quiet. How did she know? And it turned out to be so. Now, Patient Jonathan has been vindicated because since Buhari entered, he has not been the person running the affairs of the government. That was why he went to Daura and brought all his kinsmen to come and stay in State House Abuja with him to run the affair, to a point that they even blocked his wife from seeing him. And the woman shouted that they've collected her husband from her. All right? It is the same to want to enter again now. This is showing the sign of this dementia of a thing, and we are calling it teamwork. We are calling it delegation. We are calling it effectiveness. It doesn't work. It's going to be a big one. And I'm sure all these ones that are praising him are the people that want to loot Nigeria if he eventually enters. They work for him, work under him. The way people are looting Nigeria under Buhari and he does not know what is happening, it's the same thing that will happen. Nigerians, open your eyes and vote wisely come 2023. Thank you for listening. Those are the knocks, all right, that came to Tinubu for delegating questions that were directed at him. While some of the kudos came from the APC members who is saying that he did well, that is a sign of teamwork. But that is not teamwork. He failed in his own absolute responsibility there. And that is what Daniel Buala is calling show of shame. And I think he's right to some extent. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comments below.